Another day, another acronym. A NEET. What the hell's a NEET? Well, I learned not in employment, education, or training. That's a NEET. 16% of 18 to 24-year-olds are not employed, not enrolled in high school. Well, they're 18 to 24. They should be done with high school or college. This is a research. 16%? 18 to 24-year-olds? They're calling them disconnected youth. I would call them something else, but this is a family show. NEETs, not employment, education, training, opting out of the labor force because they are discouraged by their economic standing. Oh, I got an idea. So you're discouraged by your economic standing, so you're not going to work. Weak job networks, college degree requirements, lack of transportation, or limited access to childcare may also play a role, says the St. Louis Fed. How about shitty parents too? I'm going to throw that one in there because guess what? You're enabling this crap. You're allowing it to take place. You're allowing that NEET to live in your house. It's amazing. Hunger is a terrific motivator. Anyway, I this past week I've gone off again. I'm trying to be compassionate, given some rants here on the program, some suck it up stuff, and basically the Wall Street Journal and these anecdotes that they put out there. And I'm just tired. I'm tired of the whining and the complaining. Everybody out there, listen, I hear you. I know things are more expensive. I know things are difficult. Okay, but again, you take a look around the globe and you read newspapers, and I'm constantly bringing in stories from places that most Americans don't see. The things that are taking place in Africa, the horrors. I mean, it just. People, you understand, as tough as it is here, as bad as inflation is, you could still go out and make it in the world. And you have to understand, and I've explained this before, that overcoming obstacles and achieving goals, that's the only way, it's the way to happiness in life. You have to go out there and you have to, confront challenges, overcome them. But at the same time, you're going to fail. You're going to fall on your face. We all fall on our face. It happens all the time. It's, you got to get yourself up. You have to pick yourself up. I was, a story about Kobe Bryant. The story, again, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. There was a game, it was a playoff game. He got the ball. They could have won the game. He missed the last three shots. Missed the last three shots in the game. At the end of the game, he's on the bench and he's got his head down and his hands up by his head. Now, everyone thinks that he's all sad and emotional because he's got his hands in his head and missed those three shots. Comes off the court, he's getting interviewed, and he says, "Man, you showed a lot of emotion there, Kobe. If you're missing those last three shots." He's like, "No," he said, "what I was doing was figuring out why I missed those shots. And so I don't do it again. So I learn from it. So I move on." Again, the trap is to get caught up in our failures, to get wrapped up in our failures, to focus on our failures. Don't do that because you're going to fail. You're going to fail. That's what holds people back in more ways than one. Can't do anything about your past. All right, that's the devil's trick too, is getting you focused on all the things that you did, the mistakes that you made in the past, rather than learning from them and moving on from them. You can't live in that. When I coach kids in lacrosse, I always say all the time, go out there and make fast mistakes. So my parent heard that. What do you mean by that? Make fast mistakes? Well, I said, I want them playing as hard as they possibly can all the time, not thinking about, again, what happens if I make a mistake, because you're going to make them. So you play as hard as you can all the time. You make a mistake, you learn from the mistake, and you move on. There's the thing that you learned as well. People say, oh, my bad, when they're out there playing. That was my bad. That was my mistake. Don't say my bad. Say, I got you next time. I got you next time. When I evaluate kids, okay, they drop a ball. It happens. What do you do after you drop a ball? Do you fight like hell to pick the ball up off the ground and get the ball back? Again, I'm talking about lacrosse. It's how you go about dealing with these things. And you can get choice. You can get emotion. You get wrapped up in your emotions. You get wrapped up in woe is me. Or you can, again, pick yourself up and move on. Overcome obstacles, and then you'll achieve goals. Don't be a NEET, the latest ridiculous acronym. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.